Green's cocky demeanor and constant one-upping of your progress makes him well regarded as a lovable jerk you're ready to pummel. But there's something that's always bugged me. The games don't tell his story properly. The concept is simple. He wants to be the strongest trainer and believes catching the strongest Pokemon will let him do that. And his final team choice reflects this, featuring a variety of types with the highest base stat totals in the game, excluding legendaries. But here's the issue. From the outset, he tells you don't need to bother with the Pokédex, because he is going to complete it anyway. In the SSN, he remarks he's already caught 40 kinds. And in Pokemon Tower, he mentions he is specifically there to hunt for Pokemon. The concept of his arc involves searching for the best Pokemon and using the Dex to help him choose the right members. But if he has 40 Pokemon, why is his SSN team only at 4 out of 6? And why use Pidgeotto when powerhouses like Nidoqueen and Nidoking are available via Mount Moon? If Green already has this many Pokemon, he was extremely diligent and must have stumbled across a few Moonstones. There is an easy fix, but Game Freak only did the tiniest of tinkering with it. On the SSN, Green uses Raticate, but by the next time we see him, we never see the Pokemon again. It is boxed for not being strong enough. The Rival's final team is solid, but we should see him experimenting and swapping out Pokemon much more often than we do. I want to feel like he is on a Pokemon journey parallel to the player character, and I've made a small ROM hack. No story changes, just to try fixing this problem. For the rest of the video, I want to talk about the teams I've given the Rival. Before we hop in, I want to avoid making 3 separate teams, so the Rival starter has been changed to Porygon. As the grandkid of renowned researcher Professor Oak, it makes sense he would be gifted this digital duck. Moving on to the optional encounter, we immediately come face to face with proof that Green is working on the Pokédex, just like he said he would. His team consists of various Pokemon that are captured in the first routes of the game. Of course, all of this has left him with little time to train, so the Pokemon are largely at the base capture level. For the next encounter, I wanted to do something a little bit different. Rather than skipping ahead to Cerulean City, I've replaced the optional trainer in Brock's gym with yet another rival fight. Now that he's had a bit of time to train, we can show off his commitment to raising Pokemon and his battle prowess all at once. First, we give him Beedrill and Butterfree. These Pokemon evolve fast and show he's working diligently on the Pokédex. We're also going to give him Pidgeotto, a rare spawn from Viridian Forest. Finding this, he would immediately replace the Pidgey he had previously captured. But all of these Pokemon have a rock weakness, and Green knows better than to enter a gym unprepared. We are rounding out the squad with Mankey and Bellsprout, giving him multiple powerful options against Brock. And of course, we finish things with Porygon, who becomes a threatening Psychic Sweeper thanks to the combination of Conversion, Agility, and Psybeam, taking advantage of Onix's low special defense. We won't have the Rival show up in every gym, but giving the player a battle that showcases how their nemesis prepared and conquered will leave an impression and remain memorable. Next up, we have the Cerulean City fight. I mentioned it during the video intro, but he has just gone through Mount Moon, so his team builds itself. Clefable, Wigglytuff, Nidoqueen, and Nidoking are all incredibly powerful at this point in the game, so it's only natural the Rival would be using them. I've gone one step further, and given Clefable the Water Pulse TM, providing proof he's already beaten Misty and really is one step ahead of the player. In a similar vein, the player has just passed by move tutors for Mega Kick and Mega Punch. These attacks are a natural fit for Nidoqueen and Nidoking. Rounding out the squad is Kadabra, a Pokemon found in the route just north of Nugget Bridge. The original games give Green an Abra at this stage, but I think it makes more sense he would have evolved it after training on his way to Bill's house. Heading to the fight on the SSN, we know Green comments on having over 40 types of Pokemon. For this battle, I thought the best course of action would be to showcase rare spawns. The SSN is having a party full of influential people, and there is pressure on the son of the professor to show off his own research skill. In my ROM hack, I've included various Johto Pokemon as 2% encounters in each route to increase playthrough variety. It's gonna seem weird, but because of this, I'm giving him a Skiploom, a Azumarill, and Flaffy. But we also know he is preparing to fight Lieutenant Surge. Because of this, he is sure to have explored Diglett Cave, and I'm going to give him a Dugtrio. This Pokemon is his lead, and is incredibly powerful, even surpassing Porygon. For the final slot, I decided to keep the Kadabra. One of the Moonstone evolutions would also make a lot of sense, but Dugtrio's ground typing conflicts with Nidoking, and Kadabra actually has a higher special attack than Clefable. Coming hot off the heels of the SSN, the Pokemon Tower fight is the perfect opportunity to showcase the rival in the field, actively working on the Dex. The rival states he came here searching for Pokemon. He name drops Cubone, and that is what he's going to lead with, and we will also give him a Haunter alongside it. But at this point in the game, some questions arise. How is he capturing these Pokemon? And how did he get through Rock Tunnel? My answer is team member number 3, Parasect. Spore is a 100% sleep-inducing move, perfect for helping him capture weakened Pokemon. But that isn't all. With a moveset of Cut, Flash, and Dig, this is a perfect companion for traveling the region. This is the first time we fight the rival, after the introduction of HM moves, so including a dedicated HM Pokemon gives a parallel to the very real decisions players of the game often make. Running out the team, I have Farfetch'd and Pikachu. You may already know where this is going, but the rival is making use of held items, testing out whether the stick and light ball are worth it. The reason he was searching for a Cubone is because of the exclusive Thick Club item. Celadon City features the return of the gym trainer rival. I chose this city because Celadon City Department Store features evolution stones. Seeing these in stock, I believe our rival would use the opportunity to evolve his Pokemon and test them out against the local gym leader. This accomplishes both goals. The Pokédex gets several new pages, and he gets to see firsthand just how strong they are. The 4 stone evolutions of choice are Poliwrath, Victory Bell, Arcanine, and Jolteon. This time, the rival is using a team of 5, which players can headcanon one of 2 ways. The first is that the rival is trying to test the new squad, so he kept Porygon as backup and otherwise let these stone Pokemon do their thing. The other is that the rival has just beaten the gym leader, and one of his Pokemon was fainted. Both interpretations do well at conveying the story of the rival. Returning to our regularly scheduled fights, we have Silph. With this, it's finally time for Porygon to evolve. Silph is the group that developed Porygon, and it makes natural sense this is the spot where the rival would be able to obtain Upgrade. We run with the theme of trait evolutions, giving him Alakazam, Machamp, Golem, Scizor, and Kingdra. But sticking to a theme does not sacrifice power, as all these Pokemon are quite good in their own right. We're reaching the mid to late game, and it's also time for the movesets to have more strategy behind them. Alakazam, Scizor, and Kingdra all feature setup moves, and threaten to overrun the player if they give green any breathing room. The speed and power of the movesets is not to be underestimated, especially given coverage like Kingdra's Ice Beam and Alakazam's Fire Punch. That last move may seem odd to modern players, but remember that in Gen 3, there is no physical special split, allowing Alakazam to make full use of the move. Porygon 2 has impressive bulk even without Eviolite, and the Bolt Beam combo provides super effective coverage against all 3 starter Pokemon. The next time we see the rival, we are at the gates of the Pokemon League. Green is preparing for the final trek before challenging the Elite Four, so his team needs to be a combination of powerful Pokemon and those capable of navigating the overworld. First up is a freshly evolved Dragonite, symbolizing both goals of the rival here. It has an incredible 600 BST, but with Surf, Strength, Fly, and a Rock Smash, it isn't as intimidating as you may expect. Following it up is the return of Parasect, ready to secure any new Pokemon needed for the Pokédex found in Victory Road. Naturally, Parasect's level is going to be a bit lower than the rest of the team, as it hasn't had as much focus on battles. After Porygon 2, we're left with 3 slots, I think there's no better way to capstone this trainer than with an homage to his original team. Gyarados, Arcanine, and Exeggutor, 3 powerful Pokemon that help him push through the cave. All 3 come with the ability to set up devastating combos. Arcanine has Howl and Extreme Speed. Exeggutor has Sunny Day Solar Beam, and Gyarados has Dragon Dance, possibly the single best move in the game. And now, all that's left is the champion fight, the culmination of everything our rival has learned across his journey. We have Thick Club Marowak, showing off the importance of items. Arcanine, a stone evolution. Alakazam, a trait evolution. Heracross, a rare and hard to find encounter. Dragonite, the ultimate in base stat total. And Porygon 2, a durable ace with super effective attacks against all 3 starters. Green has a sizable Pokédex and has chosen a team where every member can pull their weight. And assuming he knows about the Elite Force type specialty, he even has a loose plan. Arcanine's Fire beats Ice. Alakazam beats Fighting. Porygon 2 is immune to Ghosts. And Dragonite offers head-to-head Dragon battles. And if you'd like to see if you're able to stand up to his might, join my Discord server for a link to the ROM hack. And if you're making your own game, how would you design the rival? I'm interested in hearing what you do differently. Thank you for watching.